What's good, YouTube? It's Vex Reacts, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today we got why the music industry is terrified of BTS. I got a good feeling I know why, just based off of the guide that I did. But let's check it out so that we can really get the tea. Let's get into it.
On April 3rd, Jimin of BTS became the first South Korean soloist to debut at #1 on the world's biggest music chart, the Billboard Hot 100. His song Like Crazy became the 7th song ever by a Korean act to reach #1. The other 6 songs are BTS's songs. So all of the Korean songs that reach #1 are from BTS and BTS members only.
Dang. Nah, that's different, I ain't gonna lie.
All of the Korean songs that reach #1 are from BTS and BTS members only. Actually, all the songs from Asian artists that debuted at #1 are from BTS and BTS members only. And believe it or not, this is extremely scary for the music industry. Since BTS entered the Hot 100's top 10 for the first time in 2018, the music industry has done everything in their power to prevent them from getting #1 songs.
What?
But why does BTS keep succeeding despite literally being one of the most sabotaged artists in the industry? And
wait, hold up. They really be sabotaging BTS?
why would all these music entities work together to harm one artist? Isn't this simply paranoia from BTS fans? The industry's actions say something very clear. BTS cannot be at the top, and they don't try to hide this anymore. Everyone can see the industry's obvious intentions by looking at the times they come up with a weird new rule that prevents BTS from succeeding in their charts.
What?
Just look at the latest one. Jimin's song Like Crazy got a #1 in its first week, and it was predicted to stay in the top 10 for its second week. Jimin was achieving the same debut numbers.
Jimin earns the biggest debut sales week for an artist with their first Billboard 200 entry since Olivia Rodrigo in 2021.
Of Olivia Rodrigo, but without the industry support. And this obviously was not the industry's plan. So Billboard decided to change one specific rule that benefits Jimin, so him and only him can fall from the charts.
What?
And the rest of it stays exactly the same. It's still unknown what Billboard did exactly to make the best-selling song of the week go from 100,000 sales to 14,000 sales. Maybe Billboard didn't just want Jimin to not be in the top 10. They wanted him to free fall. So why filter 60% of the song's sales so he can fall from the top 10 when you can cut 90% of the song's sales and make him have the biggest fall ever? Maybe.
Wait, no, I'm not gonna lie. This is low-key disrespectful as hell, bro. What? How can they do this and just get away with it though? Like, if people know about this, why can't nobody do nothing about it? Like, we need to actually, like, I'm not a part of Army, at least I don't think, or maybe I'm a baby Army, I don't know. That's up for the people to decide. I don't like to claim stuff. I just like to, you know, rock out and have fun doing stuff. But bro, this can't just, because imagine this was any other artist. We wouldn't want them to get the credit they deserve. You working hard, you doing everything that you're supposed to, and just because somebody feel a type of way, or just because somebody think you don't deserve it, they could just, by the snap of a finger, make you fall off the charts? No. What?
They didn't just want to take his accomplishment away. They wanted to send a message. They wanted to show who is really in charge. Not the fans consuming the music, but the industry itself. This is not the first time they've done this. Whenever they want a song to fall on the charts, they apply a new rule that applies to one artist, and then they forget about this rule for the following weeks until once again, an artist they don't want to be at the top is at the top. So they apply one specific rule that can help them fall. Allegedly, of course. Because the only explanation to delete 90% of a song's sales is for Luminate, which tracks these numbers, to track each payment by looking at
possible scenarios. Number 1, 14K people bought 100K copies, and this was discovered by checking each IP address and credit card info. This is illegal and a breach of data sharing under the CCPA. You think 14K people bought 100K copies? Let's keep it a bean. No, he's just like that. What? Number 2, IP address and credit card info were not shared, and they still deleted sales exactly 100K sales from the 114K sales. This is also illegal. Yeah?
IP addresses and credit card information, and that's illegal, and Billboard would never, of course. So why would the whole industry go out of their ways to prevent one artist from succeeding?
Nah, they getting jiggy.
BTS's biggest advantage and disadvantage is that they are successful without the industry's support, and the industry has built an environment where you can only win if you accept to play the industry's game. In other words, the industry chooses its winners from the very beginning and sabotages other players who find alternative ways to defeat others at their own game.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have heard about this. You really have to buy into the industry to, you know, really get put in the right places. I feel like it's becoming like that in everything, you know, politics. I feel like it's a certain amount of people who really got a bottleneck around their industry. And even though it's supposed to be stuff in place that don't allow that, clearly, if you got all of the power, you can allow that. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna stop you? If they stop you, what you gonna do? Get rid of them, because they ain't got no power. You know what I'm saying?
I would say that the biggest artists who do this are BTS, and it's because of ARMY's power. BTS is not simply a one-hit artist, they are at the core of pop culture, and they did this without industry support. Not the K-pop industry support, not the Western industry support. BTS were able to get to the top of the music industry without the music industry making a profit out of them. That's why BTS are a problem. That's what the industry cannot stand. Just compare Psy's situation with BTS's situation. When Gangnam Style by Psy became globally popular, the music industry was not afraid of a Korean singer becoming popular in the West because everyone assumed it was a one-time thing. But when BTS became globally popular, the story...
Okay. I understand. Number one, it's a money thing. And number two, unlike the other dude, they gonna make hits consistently. So it's like we can't have these people dominating the Western charts every week. And that's real weird. Because if they like that, they like that, you know? If the Western people like what they putting out there, let the Western people like what they putting out there. I feel like it need to be competition like that. Why they can't be number one? If you want other people to be number one, tell them to get better. Tell them to get better. Y'all all about, you know, being competitive when it comes to this stuff. You know, why not let them shine?
Story was different. The Western industry was first okay with them being a one-hit artist. They were fine with BTS being the weird phenomenon that people will grow out of after some time. But when they didn't disappear and they actually started defeating Western artists, the music industry got worried.
When I first heard something Korean had exploded in America, I got worried.
The entertainment industry is usually happy to celebrate international and independent artists and scream diversity as long as one, it's a one-time thing.
The West do like that diversity, but it be fake diversity, if you know what I mean. And that's not only in the music, that's in jobs, school, everything. They love to throw that diversity word around. They like to put it in commercials, but we know, anybody who a minority know that it just be BS. It just be BS. You know what I'm saying? They be using us. They be using people.
Or two, artists obey the industry's rules and give the industry some profit. The Oscars were fine.
Not only profit, but they push messages too through the music. You know what I'm saying? And the West obviously do not like positivity if you've been paying attention to, you know, the world lately. You know, the world news. When you look at the entertainment in the West, it's not positive vibes. It's not good energy. And BTS bring good energy. BTS bring loving energy. They not about to mess with that. It'd be a lot of corrupt, weird people over here in the West, and I'm calling them out. What they gonna do to me? They gonna blackball me like they do? Hey, they gonna blackball me like they doing them? If y'all, if they do it, you know what happened. Right here today, y'all know what happened. Nah, this is down bad. Because I see what they talking about.
Artists obey the industry's rules and give the industry some profit. The Oscars were fine celebrating Bong Joon-ho's movie because even though they don't profit from the movie's success, at least Bong Joon-ho is not an artist releasing multiple successful projects a year. Parasite was a one-time thing that indirectly could help his other movies from American production companies. The Emmys were happy giving Squid Games multiple awards because at least the show was being produced by Netflix and the actors were happy to accept offers from the Western industry.
Hey, who is this woman right here? I need to know. Because I seen her in the New Jeans music video recently. I need to know who this woman is. She's really good. She's a beautiful woman.
In other words, the Western industry got benefits from the success of a foreign series, so it was fine to celebrate them. Everything Everywhere All at Once was highly celebrated by the industry, but at the end of the day, it's an American movie by American directors, American writers, and American production companies. In the end, the movie's success is the American industry's profit. But singers are different because they constantly release music and their success can become constant support from fans. So an artist's success can rely on the fans more than it relies on the industry itself. And that is not something the industry wants. This is why a song like Despacito, which was already the most popular song worldwide before the Justin Bieber feature, was not recognized at all by Billboard or any other entity from the American music industry. They only accepted the song as a global success when Justin Bieber and his American label were involved and making a profit out of it.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, whoever made this video, you're calling out the Western market right now. And I hate that, you know, it's kind of cool to be from the West, you know, and it got its benefits, but it's also this weird relationship where it's like, I hate being a part of, like, even though like we dominant and, you know, it's beneficial because, you know, we got different opportunities and people like try to come here for the opportunities and stuff. It's also weird because I don't like being a part of this weird culture. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being a part of this weird capitalist bully type of culture. It's weird to me. Because I didn't grow up like that. Like, I grew up humble beginnings, a nice, beautiful family. And I like the simple things in life. But it's hard to do that when, you know, the world around you is completely different. You know, you stick out like a sore thumb and people try to suppress you and push you down. Like, even when I start doing the K-pop stuff, y'all, people around me or people that I know, they like, he listen to K-pop? Why he react to K-pop? What is, like, why is that your damn business? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this weird culture where it's like people want you to fit into this box, and if you're not in this box that fit in, it's like they look at you like you a weirdo. And honestly, me, I don't care because it's not their life. It's my life. Whenever I go into that casket, I got to deal with what I decided to do with this. What I decided to do in this life, and that's all that mattered to me, because when we all gone, and people forget about us, you know, that's inevitably what's going to happen. I'm going to have to live with that in my soul. You know what I'm saying? When my soul transcend this life.
This is why the Billboard Music Awards were happy to invite Psy to their ceremony, but they never gave Gangnam Style, the biggest song of the year, a #1. Many factors prevented Psy from achieving this. To start, Psy never left his Korean company to fully sign with an American label, so his music never got proper industry support. Also, at the time, Billboard didn't count YouTube views as streams, making it obvious how the charts didn't reflect what the public was actually listening to. Even to this day, and with many chart adjustments, the Billboard charts are just a reflection of the artists the industry wanted to succeed from the very beginning. Of course, there are exceptions like Gangnam Style, Old Town Road, and some organic TikTok hits. But how far they go and how far they'll keep being recognized depends on the artist's willingness to shake hands with industry people. And again, they don't care if you're a foreign artist, as long as they get to make a profit out of you. But if you don't comply with them, you will get your moment of fame and then be completely shut down from the music industry. Here's how they do it.
Streaming platforms. Let's just give them a shout out for how well put together this video is.
The industry endorses its own artists on streaming platforms like Spotify by applying multiple subtle methods. One way is by putting the artist's desire to succeed at the best spots of curated playlists. The biggest one is the Today's Top Hits playlist.
I do remember this because I used to get into music and I was making music for a little while. And I do remember them saying like it's really, really hard to get on these Spotify playlists if you don't sign to a certain company or you're not in the industry and stuff. Like, think about it as an independent artist. You're going to have to pay some money and it's going to be hard for you to pay some money. So if you are signed to a label, then they could pay that money easily to get people to, you know, send your stuff to this playlist and they could put you in the right places. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how they bottleneck and control the industry. It's like either you're going to comply and pay this money to be on this playlist or you're not going to be there. And the people just not going to see and be able to listen to your music unless they search for your music and they find you, and they just make it harder for people to, even stream your music. And that's crazy that they even allow that. You know what I'm saying?
Which doesn't actually show today's top hits. That it's the ugly, colorless top 50 playlist. Today's top hits is what Spotify wants to be the top hits.
Dang.
Millions of streams from the general public come from this playlist, so being a part of it, it's a vital part of a song's promotion. Spotify says that they decide which artists get to be at the top of the playlist or at the cover based on their intuition and expertise in music trends. But many find this arbitrary.
You think we falling for that shit? What? Sorry for my language.
Based on their intuition and expertise in music trends. But many find these arbitrary decisions suspicious, since Spotify loves giving this special treatment to certain artists from certain labels. To think that artists from certain powerful labels are paying their way to the cover of this playlist may not be a crazy thing to think. Spotify also takes advantage of the automatic autoplay feature. When you stop listening to an album you like, they will immediately play you a song they want you to stream. More recently, Spotify updated their homepage to a TikTok-like feed that lets you scroll down endlessly with songs and music videos being automatically played. So while some artists get millions of streams added because of passive streams from curated playlists and the accidental streams from the autoplay feature, BTS get millions of streams deleted because fandom behavior of willingly listening to a song every day is considered bot behavior. So if you compare BTS's...
What? No, I'm not gonna lie, they losing me. Because at first I was like, okay, they manipulating it a little bit. I expected that. But really taking away streams because people want to listen to it every day and they like, oh, it's no way a person listening to it that much. Are you tweaking? Are you tweaking? What? If people like the music, they like the music.
To a song every day is considered bot behavior. So if you compare BTS's unfiltered streams with their filtered streams, you will find out that they are the ones with the highest rate of filter streams. Their streams get deleted more than any other artist. There are even days when their streams are cut in half. But Spotify is not the only platform doing this.
YouTube? No, not YouTube, bro. Please don't tell me YouTube. Not YouTube. Maybe YouTube Music, but not YouTube, please.
Some of BTS's biggest waves of new fans came from YouTube.
Yeah.
The music videos get so many views that BTS started breaking every YouTube record imaginable, time and time again. So every time BTS broke a record, YouTube changed their algorithm to find ways to delete what they say are inorganic views. But it's pretty clear that their algorithms never worked properly. That's why they keep changing it every time BTS gets a new record. So just to talk about the latest YouTube algorithm change, I'm going to talk about the most successful music videos from a Korean act so far this year. According to YouTube, it's this video. But according to the massive wave of new BTS fans you can find on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube itself, it's On the Street by J-Hope of BTS featuring J. Cole and Like Crazy by Jimin of BTS.
Wait, I seen Like Crazy, but I haven't seen On the Street by J. Cole. I'm gonna have to check that out.
But both of these videos get millions of views deleted every day. It's common for YouTube to do this in the first 24 hours with every music video, since it's the day they get the most views. As days pass, fans stop mass streaming and YouTube stops deleting views. But this is BTS, so YouTube is still deleting their music video views today, weeks after they were released. You may still think that YouTube is just deleting fake views, but it's simply impossible for a random Jimin interview to get more views in its first hours than an official and anticipated Jimin music video.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's different. Cause music videos definitely gonna get more than an interview for sure. And keep in mind that this music video is probably through his company, through his, you know what I'm saying? And the interview is The Tonight Show, a USA company. Hold up, you onto something. I'm not gonna lie, you onto something very fishy. That's all I'm gonna say. You onto something very fishy.
To get more views in its first hours than an official and anticipated Jimin music video. It's not crazy to believe that YouTube disproportionately deletes views on BTS's music videos specifically. Let's be logical for a second. These K-pop acts are not bigger than BTS.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They got a point.
And that's okay. But it's not okay for BTS to get their views deleted every hour, while these other microscopical songs get views added because people are forced to stream their music videos as YouTube ads. On the other hand, because of these two videos, BTS recently received one of its biggest waves of new fans, probably the biggest since 2021. Yet YouTube wants us to believe that these are the real numbers.
Global takeover group BTS in the studio.
Radio.
There they are.
Probably the...
I wonder how BTS feel about that. Have they ever talked about this? Or do they just keep thugging it out and keep working hard? You know what I'm saying?
most fraudulent practice in the music industry is giving radio importance. At least with streaming platforms, there is this sense of autonomy. Streaming platforms may choose the artists they want to be at the top. They may recommend you their songs and music videos time and time again. They may even steal a stream from you because of their autoplay features and paid ads. But at least there are ways to fight this. Armies may not get BTS ads and recommendations, but they can look for the songs and videos themselves.
Yeah.
Armies may not get all of their streams content, but at least the industry recognizes about half of them. But what has no solution except to pay is radio. Radio mysteriously chooses certain songs to get played and stays with those, giving them millions of radio spins and points to music charts that will give them a #1. But here you have Jimin of BTS, who has a #1 song and millions of radio play requests by fans, and still receives 0 points from radio.
What?
And this is not even a crazy foreign song that the American
Wait, 0 points is wild. Look at everybody else on this chart right here. 13%, 43%, 47%, 57%, 44%, 27%, 41%. 0%? 38%. No, I ain't gonna lie, they jibbing, bro. Why is his percentages that much lower? It really do look like they targeting this man, bro. And still, it looked like he got more sales than everybody on here. That's different. I ain't gonna lie. Even more than Kill Bill. But she got way more radio hits. And streams, nah, I ain't gonna lie. They are jibbing. I ain't gonna lie, they are jibbing bad. No radio?
0 points from radio. And this is not even a crazy foreign song that the American general public may reject. This is a mainstream yet nicely produced pop song in English.
Yeah.
But this is just reality. It was not in the industry's plans or in their best interest to make like crazy popular. So when it happened, they once again pretended like BTS doesn't exist and continue sabotaging their songs. Life Goes On was another radio-friendly song by BTS that got a #1 on the Hot 100. But they received a total of 6 spins on US radio. That's 0 points for music charts. Dynamite and Butter were #1 songs in English
Now I heard about Dynamite. I'm gonna have to check out Butter.
by BTS that were played on the radio to an extent, but the number of spins were not enough to maintain their #1 position. They were only able to stay on the top of the charts because people were streaming and buying their songs. That is the main difference with BTS's songs and the industry songs. If you take the millions of radio spins from the majority of the industry's promoted
I
songs,
saw that.
they wouldn't only have bigger falls than BTS. They would simply not be in the chart at all. This is how the industry chooses their success stories from the very beginning. Mass radio play makes a song debut look more successful than what it actually is. And therefore,
Okay, I see. So because they got control over the radio, what they do is they basically don't play them on the radio because like it might not appeal to the Western audience. But really they sabotage them because they boost a lot of other people and give them lots and lots of spins on the radio to boost their numbers. Because whenever you listen to the radio, you got no choice but to listen. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that many options. Dang, hold up.
it misleads and attracts the general public. If this doesn't work and the general public still rejects the song, the industry doesn't give up. Mass radio play makes an unsuccessful song stay in the charts with minimal sales and streams from real people. While this happens,
Dang.
songs like Jimin's, which literally got a #1 and millions of people streaming and buying, will still not receive any radio spins. Radio doesn't care about how radio friendly the song is. They don't care about the millions of faithful listeners they will get if they play BTS music. They
Nah,
don't
we know that. We know that over here in the US. Because the stuff that they be playing do not be radio friendly.
care about the most requested songs. The industry's plans are the industry's plans.
How the industry is interconnected.
The reason why many talk about the industry as a whole is because all of these music entities are interconnected one way or another. Artists and their labels know that being on the Billboard charts gives the illusion that the general public is listening to a song. And to get a #1 song on this chart, you need streams, sales, and radio play. So music labels, allegedly, pay for all of these radio play, fraudulent streams, and media play because they can be an investment for future real sales and streams. This can be an investment for real popularity and real listeners.
Okay, I know what they're saying. So they try to make them look like they're really doing good. That way, throughout the rest of the lifetime of the song, it just seemed like, oh, well, people rocking with that, so let me listen to that more, you know?
If all of these investment fail to convince the general public and the label is bold enough, they will continue paying for these tactics to stay on the charts while no real people are streaming or buying the song. These failed industry promoted songs that no one is listening to will then be nominated for Grammys with the excuse that they care about quality and not popularity. These Grammys will then elevate the artist and the music label's reputation, and then they will get more money invested in them. This money will then be used to buy media play, radio play, streams, and the circle continues. If a massively promoted song or album is successful, the artist may get their investment money back, as well as the obvious Grammys. This will give the artist the most important factor to make money: reputation. Allegedly, music labels pay way more money to streaming platforms for promotion than they receive from streams. The money paid for radio spins can go from thousands of dollars to multi-million-dollar settlements. And getting this investment back as sales is not as common because buying music is not a popular enough practice amongst the general public.
Yeah. Bro, I want y'all to see the difference. Hold up. I want y'all to see the difference in sales to radio plays for all of these popular songs compared to Jimin's song right here, bro. Even though we know that they sabotaging the radio stuff right here. Bro, 9.5 thousand for the #1 song. The #1 song up there. 9.5K sales, but 30 million radio plays. That's ridiculous. Flowers by Miley Cyrus. 8.9K sales. 102 million. Bro, they getting them radio plays up there.
It's not as common because buying music is not a popular enough practice amongst the general public. Musicians rarely make profit from their music. They earn money from advances, merchandise, royalties, licensing fees, and concerts. That's why that #1 is so important. That's why many would rather not make any profits now and get a Grammy later. It's like being influencers. Their actual content may not make a lot of profit, but the reputation and popularity of their name can get them fashion deals, commercials, and a time slot in a music festival.
So basically, like, they actual talent don't necessarily get them, you know, all of the money, but their influence. You know what I'm saying? People will pay for the influence, the brand that you build up.
These are only examples, of course. There are many variables and outcomes. Sometimes artists invest in radio play and end up making a lot more money from sales or concerts. Sometimes an artist has a good relationship with the industry for years, and then they stop shaking hands with industry people and they receive 0 Grammy nominations for an extremely popular, critically acclaimed album. When it comes to BTS, the Western industry's main interest is ratings and social media engagement, because that is direct money for the Western industry. BTS's 5 Grammy nominations are historic for a number of reasons, but their lack of wins show the obvious message the Grammys are trying to send them. You can't be invited, so we have the ratings, but you are not fans, so you won't win. In the end, the industry has the first and last say, and this doesn't only happen in the Western music industry. You won't believe how much the South Korean music industry tries to sabotage the only artist capable of bringing billions of dollars to their economy. Again,
no way. Now, I could understand if the I could understand if the West doing this, but South Korea, you're disrespectful. Don't overstep your bounds.
sabotage the only artists capable of bringing billions of dollars to their economy. Again, this is because BTS are not part of their elite. The three major music labels in South Korea control the entertainment industry. They have enough power to blacklist artists from independent labels like BTS and make the media downplay their achievements. There isn't a common practice of deleting sales like in American music charts, but what they would do is freeze the charts and then apologize for a technical error. So millions of BTS sales are not counted once again.
Oh my god. They just got a different tactic.
The different music entities inside each music industry are interconnected. They need one another to function. Sometimes they are one and the same. If you thought Billboard and Rolling Stone were at some point competing for who has the best charts, think about how they are both owned by Banks Media Corporation, which also owns Variety, Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter, and an interest in music business worldwide. So if BTS is still the biggest group in the world, but they don't have a good relationship with the music industry, here you will have Guess Who, Billboard, Rolling Stone, Variety, and The Hollywood Reporter making a profit out of BTS by selling exclusive photo shoots while at the same time writing negative articles undermining their success. This person said something interesting.
I'm not, dang, that's put them in a difficult position. Because I was going to say, if I'm BTS, I'm not doing the photo shoots with them at all. But at the same time, this helped them as well. It's like, dang. Like you want, like as a normal fan, you want to see them in these type of things. But at the same time, if you know that they getting like if you know if they're getting taken advantage of, obviously you wouldn't want this to happen. Dang.
Billboard is nothing but an ad-selling business, the literal definition of a billboard. So why are you surprised the artists Billboard promoted since day one end up succeeding in the Billboard charts?
Do ARMY smash by BTS
Like I
music?
said, there are not many artists that make money from their music, but music sales are still an important factor to get a #1 song or album, so they will digitally sell their songs for cents and their albums for only a couple of dollars. This makes a lot of points for charts, but not so much money for the artist. They will also do the classic bundle album sales by selling concert tickets and different kinds of merch like t-shirts, socks, underwear, cups, lollipops, energy drinks, and even condoms, along with a copy of their album. Charts will then count these merch sales as album sales. However, BTS's main strategy to get their #1 albums and songs is to focus on music sales, real sales. BTS has never bundled their albums with any kind of merchandise or concert tickets.
That's fire.
Their biggest sin, which the industry loves to point out, is the fact that they release a maximum of 4 versions of an album. But these were only special occasions. The norm for BTS is to release 2 versions of an album, something completely harmless if you compare it to the insane sales tactics by other music labels.
Yeah, they trying to get it twisted. They try to make it seem like they're doing what they not, when the whole time the other people, they selling clothes, all types of extra stuff, energy drinks and stuff, and counting it as album sales. Don't get it twisted.
Fans being encouraged to buy 2 or 4 versions of the same album because they come with a unique photo card is nothing compared to K-pop singers releasing 7 or 13 versions of the same album.
13 versions?
BTS's 2 or 4 versions of an album don't have the purpose to maximize album sales, or they would be way cheaper. BTS's album versions are intended to actually make money, and their number of versions usually has something to do with the album's concept. If they think one version of an album is enough to capture the album's concept, then they will release only one version. If the album's concept works better in 2 opposite works, then they release 2 versions. It's as simple as that. Another common practice to maximize sales is to release remixes of a song. All of these remixes, sales, and streams will be combined and help the main song climb in music charts. BTS very occasionally releases multiple remixes of a song, and ARMYs buy these remixes to help BTS stay on the charts, since they receive literally 0 points from radio and their streams are cut in half. But while BTS is being criticized by the industry for this remix tactic, other artists are celebrated and called smart and iconic for doing exactly the same.
Bro, it's crazy how much influence the media have, because it's definitely, I feel like as somebody who grew up knowing that the narratives that they give are biased, I feel like I don't see it like that. But think of the people who do think that everything that they see online is relatively true. Whenever you see that check mark on Twitter, or whenever you see that verified check on an account and they say something, it used to have some form of credibility, but now it's to the point to where it's like, you can't trust everything you see. You got to do your research. You got to know. You know what I'm saying? You got to look a little bit deeper, because a lot of the times people be paying these people with the checks to make it seem like it's verifiable, you know?
The industry and multiple fandoms think they are doing something by accusing armies of mass buying BTS albums and songs, without realizing that by doing so, they are admitting that the quote-unquote organic hits from the charts are there with industry support and not fandom support. The industry and multiple fandoms criticize and laugh at BTS for not having radio points, when they have no control over that. They will have to pay for that, just like every other artist is doing. The industry and multiple fandoms criticize and laugh at armies for mass buying, when all they're doing is balance the unfair treatment by the industry. If BTS is not willing to pay for radio, which is illegal, or pay for playlisting in streaming platforms, then armies will buy every copy of BTS music available. BTS depends on their fandom and their fandom only. That's what terrifies the industry. BTS are able to stay on the charts while actually making money from their music. That money...
Bro, how are y'all mad because they actually getting it the actual way? You know what I'm saying? They mad because they don't want to buy the chart. They don't want to buy their way onto the charts. But the actual fans are actually paying for the music that they actually putting the hard work in for. Like, what? You know how stupid you sound? I'm not gonna lie, you know how stupid you sound to be mad about that? Like,
it goes to the BTS members and their Korean label, while the Western music industry receives nothing. Even the distribution deal BTS has with an American label benefits BTS more than it benefits the American label. So the label prioritizes their actual signed artists and dismisses BTS. That's what makes the industry mad. That's why the industry has ridiculed them so much that fandoms have convinced themselves that BTS are the corrupt ones, instead of being the against all odds winners in a corrupt industry. And this is beyond the industry being petty. Other fandoms are convinced that the general public's support is better than fandom support, because that is, according to the industry, organic success. But as you can see, there is nothing organic about these tactics. There is nothing organic about an industry choosing its own success stories and sabotaging the ones overcoming their unfair obstacles. What is organic is having a fan base of real people actually buying and streaming the music.
Facts.
You can see these millions of real people in sold-out stadium tours.
Yeah.
Something that the majority of the #1 artists and quote-unquote million sellers cannot accomplish. The general public...
I ain't gonna lie either. Like, a lot of the Western artists, they not having this type of pull to keep it a bean.
may be tricked into streaming a song. They may follow a music trend on TikTok, but they are not always willing to buy expensive concert tickets.
Yeah.
The general public moves on and forgets, but an army of fans is able to make an album or song successful without the artist paying for industry support.
Imagine what would happen if they was actually playing fair. They might actually be the best.
Real
You know what I'm
organic
saying?
success is when an
When it's
artist
all said and
transforms
done.
the general public into fans, and that's what BTS does with every release. The fandom's numbers only go up. This is clearly reflected in the percentage of fans who consider themselves only ARMY. The majority of BTS fans are not K-pop fans. The majority of BTS fans are part of the general public. And this is easily understandable when you look at the fandom's waves of new fans and realize that they have nothing to do with K-pop and everything to do with BTS's performance. So why would an artist prefer the momentary passive support from the general public when they could have the constant active support from a fandom? Why would artists prefer a theater or arena concert with people who only know their one or two TikTok hits instead of a sold-out stadium with people who know all of their songs?
Dang.
Why is constantly convincing the general public to be your fan not organic success?
Facts. I get what they saying. Why would you lean on the general public who, you know, they gonna dabble in your music, they might play it here once, when you could really cultivate a fan base who actually rock with you for real? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what I try to do on YouTube. I try to be organically myself. I'm getting a little bit bigger on YouTube to where I see negative comments and I see stuff like that. And I'm to a point where I really don't care, because I want people here who want to view my reactions. I want people here who like my take on stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it took a long time to get here. I would see stuff and it would bother me, but I'm here for an actual, you know, connection, an actual fan base. And I definitely understand what they're saying. You can't be you know, killing yourself and selling your soul to the general public just because, you know, that's what people tell you to do. It's not about that. You know, you could react to the most popular people. You could react to all of these, you know, but it's about what you want to do at the end of the day. And I feel like that's what BTS doing. They doing what they want to do. And that's, you know, sticking with their army. You know what I'm saying? And building something organic and beautiful, regardless of what they got to sacrifice, because they know that, you know, building something organic going to win in the long run. They might not get all of the number ones, but they number one in Army's heart. What? Hold up. They number one in Army's heart, bro. And that's what it's about for real.
Public to be your fan, not organic success. I think it's very hypocritical for fandoms to cry about how the charts have no meaning anymore every time BTS gets a number one. Yet, they love celebrating the number ones from other artists who got there with weird tactics, to say the least. If now anyone can fool the charts and what BTS is doing is so easy, then why aren't more artists getting number ones only with sales? Why are the charts irrelevant only when BTS succeeds in them? And don't get me wrong, the charts are obviously corrupt. The obvious message they try to send every time BTS gets a number one shows how aware they are of their corruption. The obvious humiliation from the industry's actions and media articles show how the industry doesn't care at all about their little mafia getting exposed. They don't care because they know that the general public will keep falling for their tactics. The general public will...
I feel like these people who in power, not even just in the music, just in general over here in the West, I don't know what it is with the people over here. If they can't see all of the corruption and all of the, it's like they slowly seducing people. And it's to the point that where even when stuff is negative, even in the news, even when stuff is like clearly BS, people just don't care, bro. They make a joke out of it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if people so depressed or so, they feel so powerless that they feel like they can't fight back. But it's this weird, like, it's like people don't care to the point that where they don't even want to talk about it. They just joke about it and act like nothing's going on. And it's honestly scary to me. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but it's scary to me that people just don't care. Like, they just cool with being messed over. They cool with, like, the food being horrible. Like, they just cool with everything. It's okay as long as I get to have my little fun, as long as I get to laugh. You know, they don't care about what's going to happen to the future generations. Every time we decide to make bad decisions and we let stuff happen, the kids after us are going to have to deal with that. And I think it's weird. I think it's, you know, at some point it feel like I can't do nothing, you know, to stop this alone. But at some point we're going to have to all stand together. We can't just let stuff keep happening to us. You know what I'm saying?
Still believe that a song they don't even like is organically successful because they've listened to it on the radio hundreds of times. The general public will still believe that their accidental monthly stream in Spotify doesn't count much. Fandoms will still believe that what's best for their favorite artist is the industry and the general public's support, rather than their own fandom buying the music and concert tickets. But every time ARMY helps BTS succeed in the same music industries that sabotage them, they prove a point. And no matter what the industry does, BTS will make money with no American music label in between, and not shaking hands with industry people. No matter what the industry does, BTS will continue having the fandom support others fail to conquer.
I rock with that. Very well put together video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to join the mob. What should I check out next? Let me know down in the comment section below. This was a very interesting video, and it really put me in a different headspace when it comes to this music stuff, because I knew BTS was huge, but I didn't even understand that, like, they really getting sabotaged and they still like that. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to join the mob. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace and love always.